What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Klamtucky Bourbon Boyz. I'm Mike.
Hey, it's Dave.
Hey, Dave.
And you're the one that deviated today.
I did deviate. I pre-gamed a little too, in case you can't tell. I ain't afraid to talk about it.
Well, some of us have to hold the world down.
So, keep the trains rolling, the world moving, the things in orbit, and so on and so forth. And some of us just have to keep local establishments in business. And that was my focus. That was my focus today, helping keeping local establishments
Afloat.
afloat. Yeah,
Aren't you a good little doer?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, yeah. So that being said, yeah, I figure you always throw a curveball at the show, so today I would.
All right. Well,
Which one you want to start with?
yeah.
I mean,
The bottle's half empty. I mean,
or half full.
well, I'm just so we have. It's. I don't care. It's good.
All right.
The Beholded 1924 is on the table.
Dave was fortunate enough to have the gods, as they were, smile on him, and he located the Old Forester 1924. Why don't we start with that?
You know, after traveling halfway, well, into two different time zones in the Eastern time zone,
Yes.
going to Kentucky and trying to find said
going
bottle.
to the house where it's made,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't sell us any.
And then, you know, it turns up in a town of about 8,000 people of Lapine, Oregon.
Lapine, Oregon, which is, I don't know, what, 2,800 miles away from Louisville, Kentucky, but here it is.
Yeah. Nonetheless, thank you, Lapine, Oregon.
Right? I mean, I have yet to meet a bottle of Old Forester I don't care for. Some are better than others, but yeah.
So yeah, just the specs while he's indulging. 1924 is a Whiskey Row series. So 1910, 1920.
1873.
This is the 10-year. Hits at 100 proof. And it's deep from, I mean, sampling this before. It was it almost turned me from the open. It was very, very cherry.
Cough syrupy cherry.
Cough syrupy. But the last first open, I mean, it was just maybe to the neck, around the shoulder, and then
we had to have more.
and then we had to have a couple of fashions out of it, and that was about what, a week and a half apart.
Yeah.
It's turned for the better.
Oh, it has.
What was today?
What was today?
Oh, you didn't taste it already?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Well, what was?
It's confused. You know, I'm struggling on the nose to get much beyond the regular bourbon traditional notes.
Well, and it's definitely Old Forester. If you know Old Forester, it's got in the. I called it deep.
You nailed it with that. Even my wife was like, "Yeah, that's it."
And I don't know. It is. It is a. Man, the 1870 maybe the Statesman. It's just
It's got a lot. It's complex.
pungent.
Yeah, I still have the cherry going on. It's just not as a slap in the face as what it was when you first cracked it.
Yeah, I was worried about that cherry because me and whiskey cherry is not
Right.
I know.
I'm on a waiting list for the bottle, and I almost took my name off of it when I first tasted it. But then we went back, and it's pretty all right. So, but the nose right now, it's traditional Old Forester. It's got this sweet molasses, almost like marshmallow that's been hung over the campfire a little bit. Kind of there in the background. It's almost got that not a s'more, but it's got the marshmallowy thing going on with a little bit of ginger or the. I'm having a hard time today. What is that cracker that you do a s'more?
Graham cracker.
Graham cracker. It's got a little graham cracker in the background there.
Yeah, it's very. How do I? This got me lost for work. Okay, so I'll go around this way. So you don't mind Pappy, but you have your limit on the Pappy, and you say the 23 is no bueno because it's just
Over oaked. It's just too much.
Too Pappy. This is
Too pappy.
This is just. This is just on the cusp of being.
Too old forestry.
There's a. It's definitely oaky. I mean, you get everything from the Old Forester. It's just maybe after the yeast and the alcohol reacts with the barrel, this is maybe pushing their limit.
And this is a 10-year. And so Old Forester, maybe 10 years is where you would need to cut it off. I don't know if I've had an Old Forester that's older.
Right, and I was just trying to. So the birthday, we haven't had the birthday. We haven't had the King Ranch. I mean, there's a lot of the specialty ones that we have not had, nor could buy.
Right. If they were available, we'd have them. They're just not there.
Yeah, they told us to enter a raffle and come back to Kentucky.
Yeah, enter a raffle, fly back in 2 weeks, and see if you won. Oh, playing that game.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I'm glad I purchased it. It's just
Made a good old fashioned.
it made a wonderful old fashioned. And see, that may be from the
Chutzpah.
yeah.
It's hard to put a label on what the it is. Old Forester profile magnified.
But not in a
There's-
bad way. It's just so
There's something extra going on in the background there, though.
yeah. The flavors just open up. That's why I said deep. I guess it's just it narrows the other Old Foresters. If that
That being said, though, if I'm being honest, and nothing against this, I still think I prefer the 1910, or I'm sorry, 1920. They're all good. I don't know. That's kind of my tendency is to side with the 1920. I don't have one out here.
well, yeah. Okay, so do you know that I don't know offhand the 1910 versus the 20. What's the
Age statement or proof or
well, yeah, but what are the characteristics? What's the
I think the 1920 is 115 proof, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what the 1910 is. Again, though, deep. You nailed it on the very first sip when you first cracked your bottle here. There's just a lot of complex. It's very complex, which is a good thing. There's a lot of notes going on there, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of cherry is predominant. I'm not sure what I'm getting off of it besides or beyond the cherry.
the internet has failed me.
Well, anyway, it's a good whiskey. It's
Old fine whiskey is what 1910.
well that
all-
helps. That clarifies a lot.
That's
Thanks,
all
Old
that's coming
Forester.
up for me. Thank you.
Old
yeah,
fine
well,
whiskey.
It's the Gugal. It's all yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, one's a little bit older. One's a little bit higher proof. One's 115.
That's the 1920.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the 1910 comes in at like 90 proof, if I'm not mistaken. So this is an in-betweener. There is also the regular 100 proof. It's not bottled in bond, but there is an Old Forester 100 proof.
Is that the Statesman?
No, just It's like they're 86 proof, and they have 100 proof, and that is like a $30 bottle or less, and that is damn good whiskey for the price point.
We're gonna have to get them all out here and then drink them all until we get them right.
Old Forester, no, it's not going to go well, but I can crawl to the house from here. So
The profile on this, it reminds me of the Blue Label.
Johnny Walker.
No, they're
they're cast strength,
barrel
single
proof.
barrel.
Yeah, yes.
Gotcha.
Now the proof is turned down because those usually hit about 124-ish, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's just
Turn down the what?
the proof. This is 100. The blue.
The play on what we were talking about. We got
A little bit of Little John.
a little bit of Little John. Yeah. What?
It's just so much there. It's a.
So this is what 114-ish price point.
It opens up. Yes, this is a little bit. For Old Forester, yes, it is a little bit on the higher side, and that's probably coming from the age statement, which I mean I get.
I do.
Sat around a while.
Age statement aside and flavor profile being what it is, I think I would take, again, in the 1920 at half the price. Slightly more proof. And again, I'm on a list to get this bottle, and I absolutely will when it shows up because it's not a bad whiskey. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to knock your fine distillate, sir.
No, I get it. And, I mean, it is a coater. You can see those. That's a pretty good coater.
It's got legs.
I agree with you. I mean, for me, I would go out and find the single barrel proof.
Yeah.
The blue one.
That was sub $100 too, if I were right around there.
I believe we found those for 80.
Yeah,
so,
now
yeah, $40 off that.
That's a banging bottle.
$40 off and higher proof.
Right?
That calculates, I think, for me.
I think this is just playing the game of let's keep it kind of hard to find, and we'll raise the price and make some more money. And not sorry, but sometimes I feel like some of the distilleries play that game. We'll call it super exclusive and not release so much. And it is a 10-year, so I don't know how much else they keep in floating around the rick houses, but.
Well, and we did see, so they kept all the special ones in
A vault?
downtown. No, the downtown Old Forester is where they kept all the special, the place we saw. They also have rick houses. Bardstown, I believe, is where they said. But yeah, they do have other rick houses, but I don't know where this one came from.
Yeah, they didn't really provide any information on this one when we did the tour.
Yeah.
That was just September, so.
Well, and this was out. It just wasn't
Available.
And that's the thing I don't get about Kentucky.
We're in their house.
This came from Kentucky. You'd think the early stuff would be able to purchase in Kentucky. It's just you can't get, unless you're willing to pay second, third market.
It wasn't
prices.
even out on the secondary marketplaces, though. I don't recall seeing it in the Blind Pig or any of those places.
No, I'm just saying in general. I mean, because my hunt bottle was the Triumph. And the only place I could find that in one pit price for it, because I knew that wasn't what it should have been. But it's just weird.
Yeah. It was kind of frustrating, honestly. I mean, I like Old Forester products a lot. But it's kind of frustrating when travel, I don't know, 2,800 miles. And, oh, yeah, sorry, we don't have any. Come on, it's your latest release in a common series, a Whiskey Rose series. You don't have anything available? It just seemed kind of dumb. But
they weren't the only distiller to do.
That's true.
Say no bueno.
Right. I gotta honestly, in retrospect, Heaven Hill owned up because Heaven Hill had all those bottles that we brought back of the
Right. The
wine.
aged
Yeah,
liquor, yeah.
yeah. I mean, they had a lot available, and so I got to give a shout out to Heaven Hill on that. I think more than any other distiller, they had their craft, if you will, product available.
True. Jim Beam had one too. Jim Beam and Jack.
did.
Yeah. But they did have the most. I think they had 3 or 4 varieties.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Jack had the Sinatra.
well, no, Jack. That wasn't special though.
Oh,
So
and they
Jack,
had the Distillers something or other too.
that's the one I got. Yeah, the rye
That's right. That's right.
special rye they did, and then Beam had that Muscat.
The 375
Yeah.
liter or whatever, 0.375. Which, being a Beam guy, I was. It was okay. It wasn't spectacular. I haven't opened mine yet. I'll let you be the guinea pig. You cracked yours. Thank you.
I've only got one left.
I might have to. I only have the one. I might have to crack it open, try it out. So anyway, there's that.
Huh. Yeah.
It's not a bad bottle by any means. It's a good pour. I'm just trying to be a realist, I guess, and I'm not. Sorry, sir. I'm not knocking your whiskey at all.
If you were looking to complete your Whiskey Row or Old Forester collection, yeah, it's worth.
It's a good must-have.
Yeah, it's worth it. If you were just go out and buy it, you better be used to aged bourbons at that point, I'd say.
I've paid more for worse.
Touche.
That's about how I can wrap that up. How's things going there? We've had some software glitches lately, so Dave's gonna keeping tabs
Tweaking out over here.
keeping tabs on our situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, we apologize. If you follow What's Up Klamath Falls 2 times now, we've had audio issues on that show. Doesn't seem to affect this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's keep going.
but yeah, we seem to have.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
All right,
Oh,
all right.
no.
Well, next. Well, I'm still waiting for you to finish that, and then I'll
You're
pour.
gonna pour the.
Oh,
Wait.
all right. So
Are you gonna pour wine
this
in
is-
this little tiny glass?
Yes,
Oh.
but we don't have to. No. Don't, sir.
What do you mean?
All right, fine. I don't know what.
So while he's figuring this out, this is so Mike brought in another red wine today.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Elaborate. So this is
elaborate. That's
Cooper
and thief.
and Thief. This is a red California blend.
This is some wines go well with bourbon. This is a bourbon aged or bourbon finished. It's been 3 months in bourbon barrels after it was done aging. And so it definitely has picked up. This is one of my favorite bottles of wine, period, that I've had over the years. It's a blend of red wines. It's been 3 months in bourbon barrels to finish itself, off. It's actually kind of a high proof, if you will, for wine at 32 proof, 16% alcohol. It's a little high on the wine scale, but does it go great with bourbon? Or if you are a bourbon enthusiast, will you enjoy this? I can't help but think so. So, Cooper and Thief, I discovered it by accident. The bottle, honestly, get one of those sucker for the bottle things, caught my eye, and so I had to buy it and try it. And it's a good pour.
So it's very fruity, yet you can tell it's a little bourbon on the nose.
It definitely has some bourbon background to it. You can pick up the oak notes. A good a good beef stew in this paired with this, or venison stew.
That just went down. That's
It's like candied bourbon.
So I'm not much of a wine guy. They're mostly too dry for me. This is okay. It's finish is smooth. You call that another? I don't know. I've been guilty of just like a table wine, or
I mean, it's got a hint of dry in the background, but it's not a real dry.
no, but it's not like Skidmark. There's some wines out there that just stop the car and go the other way.
It's not a skid mark wine.
Drink is over. Yeah, it's just
All
like
right.
it's
No, I like that.
abrupt and
Will not soil your underwear. No, it's just it's a variation, and we've been kind of doing that lately, variations of things. So we talked on the previous episode. We did a gin tasting, and Dave has brought his beers and other drinks down here to pair with wine and or with the whiskey, I should say.
we're all over the place. This is
You never know. Our next whiskey tasting is going to be a Irish whiskey tasting, not a bourbon, not a gin. We're going to go to some Irish whiskey. So, yeah, I mean we're the bourbon boys, and that'll always be our roots. But there's more to life than just bourbon. Shame on me, right?
no. I fully
Concur.
yeah.
So what's next? Oh, and I got to give a shout out to, I don't think I did that last episode, but shout out to Sam. Did I do that last time?
Oh, he can have another one.
Another shout out to you, Sam. It was great meeting you at the mixer last week over at the Coop Lounge. I seem a little on the happy side today. It's because I went to pregame a couple over at the Coop today for recording. And Jared, being the gracious host that he is, let me try sample some Whistle Pig, fairly exclusive bottle, and some Plymouth Gin, which is pretty good. I don't think that was at the tasting that we did. That was pretty good.
It was not.
So we might have to visit some of that stuff a little bit later down the road. I have a feeling when summer gets here, I might do a full-on gin episode. Gin's a great summer cocktail.
I'm down to that.
I think we might be doing a little bit of Irish whiskey next.
All right. Well, by Sam's request, I may have to bring out a Jack Daniels or.
We could, next episode, let's do the Jack.
Black Velvet, maybe.
God, no, please.
Something in a
Black Velvet?
plastique bottle.
If you please. No. No.
I don't think we have anything.
I've got old, what is that? The old bottle of sludge. What is that?
Old bottle of sludge.
Old Taylor. Old Taylor. But I think we already sampled that on the program.
Yeah, no, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, JTS Brown, but we've done that one too, and that's a good cheapie. Anyway, but yeah, getting back to this, it's a great pairing with. How do you do that? Because you don't really pair a wine with a whiskey, right? I mean, you're not gonna like be sitting around in an evening and going back and forth. But I can say if you don't want the proof of a whiskey, but you want to enjoy a good, well-rounded flavor that's whiskey influenced, maybe with a cigar or something on a weeknight, Cooper and Thief is the answer. That's a great pour. Again, 32 proof versus 100 proof. You'll be able to enjoy a glass of it and still carry on with your evening.
Well, and there's something. I'm not a wine dude, other than I'll drink it or not. But this is definitely drinkable. There is something in the background, in the palate, that just you do pick up the wood. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all related.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
got the oak in the background.
If you're
for
gonna
sure.
have your Not being funny. If you're gonna have your bourbon ball or your cigar or your anything that reminds you in and around the realm, this is definitely hitting on that. I mean,
Oh yeah, this would be. I haven't not tried it yet, but that might be a to-do thing for me tomorrow. Is this and stogie?
Jiminy Christmas. You got so much stuff to do.
Can't knock retirement. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, I might have to try that with a good. I got a stogie in mind even.
All
On that
right.
note, sir.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making those numbers go up. We appreciate each and every one of you. And
It was kind of cool the other night to be able to meet a friend of the show,
we can call him Sam.
Sam.
I think that's his
Meet you, Sam. But I mean,
online name.
trying to get out more. We've got a banner coming. We're going to try to do some out in the real world kind of stuff this year. So
We have been asked to emceed a couple things.
yeah, we're actually going to MC a couple of events here in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where we're based out of, and I have to bring a bottle. Careful what you ask for, because you never know. But we'll have a good time. You good on that?
I'm good on that.
All right. I think on that note, we'll call it a wrap. See you next week.